explosion. I love the explosion. Welcome to Fans of Patrol. My name is Montego. With me is my adorable co-host, Miss Tiffobot. Say hello to the lovelies today, Tiff.
Hello. I'm sorry. My mom was texting me.
Oh, okay. Well,
So I have to tell her, sorry, I can't talk right now. But
yeah, we got a little
she'll
show
freak
to do,
out.
Mama.
Yeah, she'll freak out if I don't answer the phone, which is crazy. Just want to let her know, hey, I'll call you back.
Okay, Tiff, I'm just gonna ask you to pull the mic a little closer to you. Just a
Yeah,
little
here
bit.
we go. I'll be right up on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Fireside
So, man,
chat.
yeah. So we got no Dwayne this week. I didn't hear from his ass, So because we were supposed to go live last week, and
hmm
then I had house guests and my daughters. I call them house guests now because I don't want their asses there full time no more. So I had house guests,
Lord have
and
mercy.
my daughters was in town, and we just had stuff going on, and so it was Thanksgiving. I almost said Halloweeny, but it was Thanksgiving.
hmm
So we missed that. So I think Dwayne could have made that show, but he said nothing about this show. And just like I just finished talking about him bad on the air, saying he don't call, he don't write. He didn't do it this week, so we went live without him. So haven't heard from him. So we'll see. Anyway, man, how have you been, Tiffobot?
I've been all right. How about you?
I'm okay, man. This is great, man. This is my second most favorite time of the year. It's the Christmas season, and so we the new place I work, which I turned out. I think I might have mentioned that I started to really like the place.
hmm
We had our office, extravaganza for Christmas, like party and stuff,
hmm
and it was a bunch of fun, man. They did a casino night, and I was playing, shit all night, thinking I was
Do
a
you
high
win
roller.
real money?
No, so it's a trip, right? So they have like all these gift baskets which we spent money on, right? And so then what you do is like you win chips and stuff, and you trade your chips in for these tickets. Then you put your tickets in the box. So if you really want something, like one of like it's like 20 different baskets, right?
Yeah.
You just keep jamming tickets in there, and then you know hopefully you're the winner.
Yeah.
When you got a better chance of winning the basket. So I was like,
Did
oh,
you
that's
win?
well, we haven't drawn yet. And then me being one of the bosses, I just played. Like at the end of the
Yeah.
night, I had all these chips. I was like a boss, right? I was winning, and I went all in because they said last one, of the night. I put every chip, everything I had on it, and lost
Hell
it
yeah.
all. Lost it all. So I was just like, good.
Well, you gotta try, and
I
also
didn't
it's
want to,
just for fun.
and I didn't want to carry them damn things to go get them cashed out anyway.
Hell
You know what I'm
no.
saying? But if it was real money, Tiffobot, I would have ran out of there with them chips like I stole something. So then, like even yesterday, I got together with some friends from my old job who I really love and adore, and that was a lot of fun. So it's party at this time of year, and
hmm
my birthday's in this month, so I'll be doing something then. A couple things then, and then it's Christmas. So I love that shit,
Yeah, it's
man. I
full,
love all
full up.
this socializing and stuff.
So yeah, like last week was Mike's birthday, and then this week we had a holiday party at our
Happy
work. But
birthday
it's,
to boyfriend of the show, Mike.
but we had a a party at work, but it's not for the employees. We put on a party for the city, like for the
Ah, got you,
for
got
yeah,
you.
like for them to come
How dare you celebrate the employees, right?
um and it's really fun. My dad plays Santa, and it's really exciting.
Your dad plays Santa.
hmm
Okay, I got a great Santa story. Unless if, you,
I want
if
to
you're
hear it.
finished with your Santa story.
That's it.
Okay, so like, let me put it this way. So in the summertime, your boy was probably about 60, 70 pounds heavier. I lost
hmm
a little something, y'all. I don't know if y'all been able to notice, but I lost something.
Yeah,
So one of the ladies, who that works at the place, like, it's a franchise of daycare centers, right? And lady came to me and she was like, Montego, we really need a Santa Claus for Christmas. Could you be Santa? And I was like, no, get out of my face. I'm not being a
true
goddamn
you.
Santa. It
True
was the
you.
fact. It was the fact. I was like, somebody asked me to play Santa.
It's so terrible.
It's a death. Dude, it was so bad. I attacked her so bad that I had to publicly, apologize to her. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
look, I got to say in front of everybody how sorry I was, because she did it in public, but not like in a meeting. But I apologized to her at a meeting because all my insecurities just like went on the attack.
Well, it's an odd question. My dad also, when he started doing this for us, and then he's lost weight since then. He
Yeah.
has to wear like a little fat suit.
Okay, so my story continues.
Oh, I'm so
So
sorry.
no, no, no. It's funny. No, no, that's a great. I'm glad you said it because it makes sense. So of course I lost a little weight, and so I was like, when I apologized to the lady, I was like, and of course I'll be your Santa. I'm just gonna have to suck up my pride, but it didn't hurt that I lost a little pounds, and
Right,
so
right, right, right.
anyway, so I got to get a fat suit this week, and I got to get a Santa suit because they like we have a Santa suit. I said you don't have a Santa
Not for
suit
you.
that's gonna fit a six
Not
five
for
dude, right?
you.
Right, the sleeves would be the sleeves would be up to here,
Where? And also, if you had that for another Santa, imagine them with like their little sleeves trailing down the ground like a child.
Yeah, yeah, it'll fit me like a women's like onesie,
Oh
swimsuit,
shit!
with the that's like a wrestler onesie. That's what it looks
Lord
like
have
on me.
mercy. Yeah, you're gonna have to get
So
a special one,
yeah,
probably.
I'm gonna order it today. Special Santa suit with some fatness. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I'm playing Santa for the first time in my old ass life coming up. So we'll see how that goes.
That'd be
You know,
exciting.
we'll see. But now I can be a little bit better about it in my
Yeah,
head.
that more chill.
Hey
That's
y'all,
so
we
funny.
all got mental health problems, and my issues is being fat. So when I'm fat, I'm not that happy of a guy. So
But it's also just an odd thing to be like, hey,
we
Santa,
need a
please
Santa.
let me
You know,
offer. Let me offer.
let
Don't
me.
ask.
I will say this though. I think her request had more to do with me being a man
Sure.
than being fat. It was just like
Right.
I think especially in the black community, we get our men are so shiftless in so many places that you can't get them to do shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have a bunch of women playing Santa Claus and stuff like that. And
Mm,
trying not to little kids trying to climb up on Santa's breast, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a minute, you feel like my mama."
mm,
So I've seen a bunch of like female Santas, and you're just like, "Oh, damn," ho ho ho. Oh, they don't even talk because their voice is so high. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? It would ruin the whole effect. So I think it had more to do with
Sure.
male, So
And then our feelings.
yeah,
Our
you see,
feelings came out. And when someone asks you that and you're like,
oh
is that why you
oh
asked?
oh, I went on attack.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
bad. I was an asshole. Her son should have came up behind me and beat me. I wouldn't even fought back. I just like, come, you go. That's right. I deserve that shit. I felt awful.
Well, you know what? You're doing the thing now, so that's nice. You could have been and then just been like, and then I still am not doing
The hell with her and her son requests.
it.
So look, I'm messed up my background back here, Tiff. I'm trying to fix it because
Disney
we
Plus.
are not advertising for those bastards. Hey, cut it out. We are not advertising.
They're gonna
But
come
yeah.
for us and be like, take that down, even though it's just it would be nice. You're
Oh, you know
welcome.
what? You know what they would do? They would.
Yeah,
Disney
because they're fucking vultures, man.
Disney would definitely they
I
would
see that you had
connect
our
us.
logo up for 5 seconds. Take the whole video down. Fuck you.
We want ownership of your video.
Your video, your family, your house, give it all to us.
You see, back in the day, y'all, when we were bigger, we, we sure did get some letters from Disney from a cease and desist and shit. Like, you mother. Actually, I felt big time at that point. I was like, look what we got.
My papers, I know exactly. I'm a success.
We are doing well. They are coming after
They're
us with
coming for
all of their
us.
money.
They're coming for us because they don't want us to get a single, not even a crumb from the cookie, not a crumb from the
Nothing.
pie.
Nothing.
And the
Jesus.
thing about it is that there's enough.
Free
First of all,
advertising, Tiff.
yes, free for you. And like, do you honestly think it's hurting? It's drawing funds away from you? No way.
No, it couldn't do nothing but hurt to make you better.
But help you and help
It's
us
like,
too. Oh, sorry.
yeah,
That's the way that these big corporations are. They don't even want to help you at the same time as they're helping themselves. They want to
exactly.
have all of it, and actually, they would actively hurt you if they could.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of strikes for music, and I still don't understand that. It has to be the music industry and not most of the artists. Because if you think about it, most of the music we used to play on this show was obscure. It was like not really mainstream, like in transitions and stuff we used to do. You remember we used to have
Yeah, yeah,
musical
yes, yeah,
transitions, and people would be like, "Yeah, I was digging that," and it's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, you ain't heard." Yeah, we just brought attention to your record for free. You're welcome. No, strike you, take it down. We got what the hell?
And it's like barely anything. It's not like you're playing the whole entire
No,
song,
it
and
was
that's the
like
whole reason
15
people are coming
seconds, right?
here.
It was like 15
God
seconds.
damn. They act like they're the only reason people fucking come here. It's
Yeah,
like, no, you aren't.
yeah. We
Jesus
came to
Christ.
hear the transitional
We
music
wanted to hear the
because we
30
can rip
seconds of
off.
transition music,
Right,
and that's it.
right. Yeah, it was terrible. So
Fucking
those are good
stupid.
old days where we mattered. You know, we got.
Old days, old days.
Yeah, if we didn't mess around so much now, and the algorithm them changed so. But you know what? I just imagine if we were starting this podcast now, nobody would ever saw
The
anything we ever would have
algorithm
did.
is so screwed up. It's
It is.
so strange. I
It
even
is.
think about like I'm not even saying that from the perspective of someone who wants to be seen through an algorithm. I'm saying that like when I look at my own algorithm, I'm like, what makes you think I
I
want
want
to
to see
see
that.
that?
I'm always grabbing a thing like I say that shit all the time, Tiff. Like when I'm in racing, like do not show me that. Do not
Yes,
show me that.
don't show me
What
that
makes you
fucking
think I want to
shit.
see that? Right. Yep. 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 The computer thinks we're pieces of shit that loves boobies and fights and weird shit, right? You like,
And like the thing about it is that what you want me to do is stay on your app.
yep.
Right? That's your end goal. So fucking do your actual research on me and send me something I might actually enjoy.
Well, that's racist and sexist, and that's all they give a shit about. You know, just
So terrible.
feed you garbage.
Get on my
Anyway, man.
fucking nerves.
Yeah, me too. I like that song. That's my favorite song. Right.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus.
So this week, man, we are taking. We went to took a trip to the movies. We know we Johnny come lately, but we don't care.
You
We
still can't stream it. I always think it's a little bit late, but if you still can't stream it, it's early.
Yeah, and so we went to go see Predator Badlands, man. And so you've been listening to the show. If you're a fan of the show, and I would imagine that most people are fans of the show at this point, but we have gotten some new fans, and I've seen that in the statistics and stuff like that. So welcome to all the new people and the people who just got on recently that's been checking us out because we got YouTube fans only, on this thing too. So that's
Oh,
cool.
that's
So
nice.
anyway, man, you know, this is one of my favorites. Predator and Aliens is like one of my favorite IPs, right? But it's my most hated IP because the mismanagement of both of those IPs for so many years is just like every time you see this now, you expect garbage, right? You expect
Right.
hot, 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 hot garbage until we got hit with the beautiful, Prey uh,
Hmm.
Predator movie, which only had one bad. I had one bad thing to say about it, and that was the fight with the bear, which was dope. But when he picked up the bear, it just looked beyond CGI, and you were just like, God damn, oh well, and
Yeah.
all the things to complain about, but it was bad. Anyway, that's the best Predator we didn't had in years.
Yes. And then I do like the Aliens show.
Have you finished it?
Alien Earth. I didn't
Have you
finish it. I've
finished it?
not finished it yet. Is it bad? Does it get
I will
bad?
say this. I will say this without any spoilers, without ruining it. Right? So good. The show is so good, right? Until about the last three shows, where it just seemed like it got
No.
so corporate and so like, what's happening? What are y'all doing now? So the last two shows, I was like, damn. And it's
That
like
sucks.
it's stupid shit they was doing. Like they put the alien in the jungle, like doing shit, and you could see it, and it was just the fight wasn't that night. It was in broad daylight. All the stuff that was happening was in broad daylight. It looked like a TV show at this point. You know what I'm saying? And nobody cared, and it was just like,
Hmm.
I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have had this shit happen at night. We know how the aliens work. We love the rainy nights and stuff. It's a jungle. You could have been
Yeah.
raining and water. They didn't. It was all in broad. Everything, the last two shows, is in
Just
broad
like
daylight.
it's like you're watching a scary movie and then someone turns all the lights on in the house and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah. And it ain't even a terrifying, scary movie. It's this because the shit,
right.
finish it and you'll see what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
I'll finish it. The reason I
It
was
got
like, and here's the thing.
renewed, so you need to finish it. It got
Oh, I
renewed for the
do because
second
there's
season.
another one. Okay, I will watch it.
Yeah.
I was enjoying it, and I think I like got
Me
to one
too.
episode that I was like, and here's the thing. This is gonna sound really strange.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's
Let's hear
such a
it.
good sci-fi sort of classic sci-fi feeling that
Hmm.
I would sometimes fall asleep while watching them because I was so comfy, and not
That
because it was
sounds,
bad.
you're right. It sounds extremely strange.
Yes, and so like the last one I fell asleep. I was like, oh, I'm really enjoying this, and all of a sudden I fell asleep, and I was like, oh, okay. I'll have to. I'm also really tired all the time. So I was like, I'll finish this later, and then I just forgot to get back to it.
Well, I can understand that to a certain point. Like, I can't watch something. Normally, if it's something fresh, I won't go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I just won't. But no, 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 that's not true. Because you know what happens when I go to sleep? If I start watching more than one episode, I might get to the next episode, and next
Hmm.
thing you know, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Turn this shit off. I don't even know what's happening. You know, so I do understand what you mean by that. So Predator Badlands, which came out
Hmm.
maybe a month ago or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, it was in November, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So Tiff, if you are ready, I am ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, so what are we doing first? Let's see. Predator Badlands, 2025, PG 13, 1 hour 47 minutes. Alien invasion, action, adventure, sci-fi, thriller. A young predator, outcast from his clan, must find an unlikely ally on his journey in search of the ultimate adversary. That's the synopsis. That's all you get, and that's all it is. Who's in this film, Tiff?
Okay, so it's Elle Fanning.
What do I know her
Um,
from?
oh, she's in a lot of stuff.
I
But
feel
she also
that
has a
way.
sister, Dakota Fanning.
Oh,
So they look similar.
oh, that's who I thought I was looking at this whole time, but I
Yeah.
couldn't like place it. I was like, I know this face, right? You
Hmm.
know, but okay, so makes sense, makes sense,
And
makes sense.
at first, I thought that they had gotten Elle and Dakota
To play the sisters.
to play the two different robots, but they're both played by Elle Fanning. So,
Okay, okay, okay.
um, I am going to mess this name up. Demetrius Schuster Kolomatangi is that?
Kolomatangi.
Yes.
Kolomanangi. That's his name.
And it's really sad because it says he is Deck and he is a young Yautja, outcast, and a runt, which is true, but come on.
It's
Being mean.
100% true.
It is true. Ruben De Jong, that's the father. There's not very many people in this movie. Mike Homick, Allison Wright.
Oh. No, it's a whole bunch of CGIs that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
like
Rohino
works.
Narayan, Alyson, Cameron Brown. And then the Duffer Brothers, the Stranger Things brothers, is the voice of the onboard computer for Quay's ship.
How the hell did that happen? Like,
Good question. And
you guys were
also,
just bored, fuck effing around.
why?
Why? Yeah, yeah,
For what
yeah,
reason? No one's gonna be like, "Oh my God, are those the Duffer Brothers?"
yeah. Well,
But you know what? Good for them.
they got a billing as actors for a change. So other
That's
than
true. And it's just
doing
the
what we're
ship. The
doing
ship is like weird,
with
just
the
weird.
mother, yeah. So let's see. I don't know, Tiff. So I think this movie is doing okay. It's made 176 million dollars worldwide, 186 million in the U.S. and 89 worldwide. But how much did it cost to make this puppy, Tiff?
105 million.
So it's
So
successful.
it's not bad. Yeah, it's not like it's a failure. Like that. What was that one we did a few weeks ago? That was like hadn't even made it to the bottom.
That was Running Man.
Oh yeah, but
What
we talked about the reason why that might
a
be. It
good
was bad.
movie.
It was bad. It was
What
a
was bad?
bad. It was a bad gap between like the cost and the
Huge.
yeah.
No, no. What was it? What is it? Was it the Running Man or
It
was it
was something like that. But we were confused about its release because it had a weird release schedule as well. It was
Frankenstein?
like
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. We did
Frankenstein
talk
was
about
Netflix.
that, but
Yes.
yeah, because it was on Netflix and it was
But I still
primarily
think
on
that
Netflix.
Running Man hadn't made any money at that point. You know.
I agree. That is true.
Yeah, yeah. Which I love that movie. You know, I was just like, damn, really? Damn. Okay. Not that we don't want a part two. We don't need a
Okay.
sequel, nothing like that. But so
Well, there isn't. They did. I mean, like when I say that they might as well have just sat down and read the book to you. There's nothing. There's no material left. I understand that they could make something without a source material, but it's crazy that they left no crumbs. I know
well,
that's
that
like
well
not what
that
they
was
mean by that, but
that was good for me. I think I like that. They could do Running Man season two if they wanted to.
yeah, I
You
feel
know.
like they could extrapolate. There's no. I would feel like they would make it bad by like bringing him back when it should clearly be him as somebody
No,
else.
no, 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 no. If you did it, you would have to
New
have
contestant.
the rebels get put down, but
Yes.
they're still like out there doing their thing,
Yes.
and then you
And
would have
he's
to
a
have
rebel leader.
yeah, and you would have to have a new contestant come in, So look at
Look
look
up.
at it.
You're
Pick your
welcome.
movie.
Listen,
Pick
Hollywood,
your
take
movie,
some
right?
fucking notes. Write it down.
they're like they're like listen to these idiots talking about this failure of a movie. We would never do a sequel.
Here's they would do a second one for this movie that didn't do well.
Didn't do a damn thing. So, well, this movie is doing fairly well, but Tiff, the shitty critics gave it a 86% on the tomato meter.
That's not that bad.
I know. The fans it's giving it a 95.
Okay.
It's people are loving it, Tiff.
They're ready.
They
They're
are.
ready.
So, man, before we go any further, oh my God.
What happened?
Guess what? It didn't. I don't even think it went live. So we got to do it
I
again.
didn't even hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got to do it again. Do it again.
Oh,
Do it again. It's got for one. Bird.
yeah, yeah,
I love that. It just
yeah.
brings me joy. Anyway, man. One word, Tiff, for Predator Badlands. What do you have?
You know what? I'm gonna say change.
Explain.
Why? I will tell you why. Because when I went in there and I was first watching this movie, I was like, I don't like it.
Mm.
I'm not having a nice time.
Okay. All right.
But then I don't know what happened because I don't really feel like there was a significant shift in the movie. I feel like it was pretty tonally similar the whole time. Where I was like, wait a minute, I am having a nice time.
Forgive me, Watson, but I
Yeah.
might be mistaken for a second, but I all of a sudden believe I am actually having a good time. Proceed.
That's what happened. And I was like, oh, I think it was like about so like some of the things that they're doing in the movie seem really I don't know how to explain it, but like pandering isn't the word, but they're like saying, oh, like, here's a story and he's like an entirely different predator. And I'm like, do I really need a story about an entirely different predator? And then I'm like, about halfway through, I was like, not even halfway through. I was like, I think I do need a story about an
Yes, I
entirely
do.
different predator.
Yes, I do.
And I had some like what I would call like I think minor complaints about like the way that they looked, but I got used to it. I think that I just needed to get used to it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
And I think it's because we're extrapolating into like we're getting more advanced in the way that we can make things look a certain way. And so like what would be a way that these aliens might actually look and talk and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Understood.
specifically their mouths were like very distracting for me because they look like bug mouths.
Well, most of the time they have on helmets. Don't
Right.
and they don't even talk in these movies, and so I can understand that because it looks like a vagina from hell.
Yeah, it just looks really and like
It's
and then
if
and
I
then
went to
like
hell, that's what sex would look like. You'd be like, so
and
you
I
don't want to
just
look at that. It's
think
not
that
good.
like if your teeth are like there's only four. I
They
mean on the
addressed
front
it though in the movie,
they
so that's
did.
yeah,
And they
yeah.
go over your other teeth. My thought was that if someone punched you in that, that would be a very vulnerable area.
I don't think.
Probably
Well,
why they wear the helmet.
no, I would disagree with you that because the size of those incisors and the bones in there, you probably break your damn hand punching that. It's probably the strongest part of their body. Pink, that's your ass,
Well, its little tooth broke off during that. Well, that toy that was very violent.
Look what did it? An explosion.
Explosion, an explosion. So yeah, I think I got over like whatever was happening to me, and then I was like, okay, I'm having a nice time.
Okay, all right, all
What
right.
about you?
My one word isn't really a word, but it's kind of like mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, 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 no. I enjoyed this so much, and it was a big thing right like toward the middle that triggered me. No, it was like toward the end. And this is a spoiler-based podcast, so get the hell out of here if you don't want to hear
Yep,
spoilers.
spoilers up. Spoilers up, everybody.
But it hit me during, and I'm just gonna talk about this for a second, but come
Okay.
back. We can come back to them. But I mean, come back to the beginning. But during the takedown scenes of the sense is what when I realized that what was bothering me about the movie, and then I quickly got over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll allow it, Tifflebot. I'll allow it. It
Yeah.
happened. But they were killing robots very violently, but they was robots, and I was like, this would have been so doper. Sorry to sound like a masochist, but if those were people being ripped apart like that and all that
Right.
stuff, it would have been better. It would have been better. It would have been more predator, like
Right. That was one of the things. Yes, it's like not very predator like to be.
nice and
There's
neat with
no
these robot
right.
kills, which
Correct.
were very satisfying. But then it was like they robots. You know what I'm saying? So that
Mm-hmm.
that's what hit me in this. I was like, it needs to be more. They're being violent, but they're being sci-fi violent, which you can do all the sci-fi violence you want without crossing over to that rated R. They
R.
was
Yep.
trying to do PG-13 to get more asses in the seats, but you. I think it would have been so much better having it be in a bloodbath. I mean, especially at the end with them people, getting their heads twisted off and the arm, little these arms over there, like
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my only issue. It did not ruin the movie for me because I understood what they was doing. As just as a film reviewer, I was like, oh,
Right.
okay,
Right. And then like it just I realized too, like when you're like, okay, well, we're telling this story about learning to be accepting and what it wouldn't necessarily make sense for him to
holy
decide
shit.
not to hurt what.
I don't know. It's making so much
So is there a problem?
No, it's good. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going.
Like it wouldn't make sense for our protagonist to like have this change of heart and learn to be an entirely different alien,
Yeah.
a Yautja, an entirely different Yautja, if he was killing all these humans who were
I
how were
disagree.
they different
I
than
disagree. I disagree. I
you
disagree.
wish you could see them all just killing? Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I disagree. I think he could have learned his lesson because prey was prey, and these if the humans acted just like these robots, and we know they do because we know that the Whaling Corporation is the biggest piece of shit
Hmm.
in the universe. All these fuckers deserve to go. I mean, we know what they about. They about just exploiting anything they effing can for a profit. You know what I'm saying? And
And they
so
did try to catch him.
yes. So let's start at the beginning.
Yes, way
So
back in the beginning.
So one thing I want to know, I want to compliment on. At first, they came on with this this music, and I was like,
Hmm.
I don't know. But then they played it again at the end. It started, and I was like, I like this shit. It's nice. Keep playing it. Where I want to hear it again. It was nice. I was like, I couldn't tell it in the beginning though.
It had the whole vibe of like this is their culture and like playing that sort of like it's like a didgeridoo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I really liked they kept this whole idea that like we're here with the predator,
So refreshing, Teflbot.
we're on the ship.
Yes. I loved. First of all, I didn't know what a Yautja was. I was like, did they just
Never heard of it.
did a name? We ain't gonna call them predators no more. Huh? Okay. All right. All right. I'll allow it.
It's what they call
So,
themselves, I suppose. They probably don't call themselves predator, or maybe Yautja is the name for predator in their language. I don't know.
well, I like the explanation too. Just the quick little words like we have no friends. You are prey. Blah 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 blah. Which
Yeah.
still is bullshit because y'all hunt alone. And stuff. But y'all still got clans and y'all still do have families.
Right,
So
right.
what you just wrote is kind of bullshit. So anyway,
I think about that too. I was like, if you were really about like this, I like this tough, I kill anything in my way,
yeah.
you wouldn't have a clan at all.
Yep.
Like you would not because like, but then I guess they make an
However, they
argument.
kind of show you that they some
That's
assholes.
right. They talk about it. They don't let you think that without making a comment on it.
So we get this Yautja this about to do his rite of passage, right? And the brother's like trying to kill him, but giving him chances. And so, the brother's much bigger than him. He is because he's the same size, like pretty much the women and them little dudes that was out there who was the robots. He wasn't that
Yes,
much
the
bigger than
same
them.
size, and he was fully grown.
He was fully grown, so he's a total run. But this fight between these brothers, and they doing the language and stuff, which I thought they was gonna turn into English, but I was like, don't turn that into English because it's not gonna sound right. They might sound like a bunch of Klingons, which would be cool. The
Sure,
Klingons talk to each other cool and that
they
type
do.
of
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit that you like. I like
yeah.
that.
You're like, okay, these are aliens.
Yeah, he has no honor.
Okay, tough aliens.
Yeah, yeah. So I like that they kept his language like with subtitles.
I
Uh,
agree. I liked that too.
So they fighting. Dad gets there. This is all bullshit, right? He like, you were supposed to kill him in his sleep. What the hell? what's going on? So the father's a major asshole, and like his son is dope, and he just cuts him to shreds. He didn't give a shit. He stood in his way, and he just like the little thing said, "You get in our way, that's your ass, right?" Cut him down, man. And this whole scene, him, the brother throwing him in the ship, the gadgets they got, all the stuff, him being trapped, and he just
Yeah.
hollering, and you know, bravo to the CGI people because they were able to convey much emotions through the facial expressions of this alien that we don't even know what an emotion,
Yeah,
different emotions
what do they
for him.
have? Yeah.
Exactly. And so I felt really good after this scene that this was going to be a good experience. So where are you at it right now?
At this point, I'm just like, there were some things that I was just like, okay, I don't understand why. Like, this was the time that I was like thinking, like, why do we want there to be this different predator if I want to see a predator movie? And so I was
You
like,
want to see a
okay,
real predator? You want to see the smart
yeah.
predator? I want
Well,
to see. I want to see the alpha predator.
well, even then, when I was seeing this, I thought what was going to happen because I mean, like, I vaguely remember the preview, but not so much. I thought what he would happen would be he would get there and he would be exactly like a predator, like without any problems, But then there wasn't much of a story there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it could have been. Because to me it could have went all different type of ways as far as like, their culture is like so dominant to them. They could be being told lies about how the universe works.
Hmm.
One of the things stories about the wolf I think was so good, so, really written in perfectly. To bring it all home.
Changes everything. Not that that's when it changed for me, but like that's a. I was just so surprised by that because I was like, oh, what a way to convince
What a way!
someone that
What
that's
a way!
exactly what he should be doing. I thought that was exciting.
Exactly. So, he's on his planet, and this is literally worse than Predators. This
It's
planet.
a hostile
This
planet so
planet. I mean,
bad.
they got razor grass that
Razor glass,
and the
razor
shit is like
grass.
strong as steel. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just like,
I
oh,
mean, it's bad there, Tiff. Everything wants to kill. I want to. This makes Skull Island look like a picnic, right? I mean,
yeah, like those
everything.
things that like puff up and shoot the things. I was like, how is he getting through all that without getting hit by one of those? And he
He
did
just
get hit.
so he was trying. I did the damn birds start swooping down on him, like just making
To
them pop.
dropping those fucking rocks to
I'm
pop them,
like,
I was
you
like,
need to kill
Jesus
that
Christ,
son of a bitch.
you
But
are not gonna make it out.
even before that, the damn trees was attacking him like nobody's business and was gonna eat him, right? Because and then the trees took all his equipment to me. I was like, damn, they took
Oh
all
my
his good shit.
god.
Sword's gone, right? Everything's
Yes.
no, he kept the sword because he had
He
the
kept
bow and
he had a
arrow.
few things, but he did start to run out of stuff.
He had the poker that got taken, the grenades got
The
taken.
grenades.
I was like, damn, what is this thing eating metal for? Like, is it smart? It's
I
taking a
think it's
shit,
yeah.
you know?
That's
So
the other thing is that we don't like. I liked that immediately. You think he can barely handle this shit that is clearly not the thing he's here for.
yeah, yeah.
The Kalisk,
Who
which is
his
supposed to
daddy
be
was
like
afraid of.
right. And I
Yeah.
was like, so I thought that was a good way to be like, oh, we're in danger. Obviously, way more danger than we even realized because there's that Kalisk still here
Yeah.
somewhere.
Can we give it up to some more CGI? Let's go back to the crash on the planet. Holy shit. He wakes up and it goes down. I mean, the mere fact that they threw his ass out the window, right? And rolled right into the
Yes.
camera, I was like, damn, that was rough. I was like, that was so rough. Because he got on a little scooter, right? And the creature immediately attacked his ass. That creature wanted his ass because this started when he was in the sky, and knocked his ass and he bam, 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 hit all the trees and, right in front of the screen. I was like, that was good. I was
Yeah.
like, we've never seen that before. That was good.
I
So,
thought that like I wondered I was thinking this time when I was watching this, which of these things I would least like to run into. Do you know what I mean?
well,
And
as a
I was
human being,
thinking,
the razor grass is your ass. So I'm just letting you know,
yes,
you know.
I think that might be the worst thing, but I would say I'm more afraid of the bug in the tree that tries to suck you into a giant mouth.
It was relentless.
Terrible.
He did his kung fu too. He like "Baka, wah, wah," and it wasn't working. That
Yes.
thing just kept coming, man. I was like,
I
how
started
do
to
you
worry
like
about him. I was like,
what?
he's never going to be able to do this because how he this is so bad already.
So I thought he was going to be captured or tied up like alien goo
Yeah.
on a tree, and
Yeah.
that's when we was gonna see the lady come walking past, like, I'll let you out. Thank God he didn't do that, you know.
Yeah.
So he's walking, and there she is up there, trying to help him out. I loved her attitude. I love the bubbly secretary from floor number 9 that you go talk to, who just say weird shit all the time to make everybody smile. You know what I'm saying? But she's a weirdo. You know she weird,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what she was doing, and I was just like, she was so refreshing because she's not a person. She's cut in half, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like that is really nice. I mean, not that she was, he was like, "You
It
are a
it makes
tool."
him sense. Yeah, like it makes sense for that. Like, okay, so there are little steps taking in this movie narratively that I feel are very important to this story specifically because
Mhm.
he wouldn't just have taken somebody,
He
he
wouldn't have
wouldn't just
befriended
have
anybody.
helped somebody.
He would have killed him.
But then he
No.
calls her a tool, and he does that for a long time in this movie. He
Well,
treats her
she
as because
brought
he's
it up.
lost, yes, and he lost all his stuff. So it would make a lot of sense for him to be like, okay, I can use this.
Yes. So and he did do it like I like the transition too. I'm so glad that you know the filmmakers were pretty brilliant with this thing because they took you on a real journey, an epic journey, which we all love. Who love comic book movies and stuff like that. We like a true journey, right?
Hmm.
That's why Marvel is suffering so bad
And
because there's no
a
journey.
ragtag team.
We like a bunch of like misfits, Original Predator shout out right there,
Yeah, that's what we
So,
like. It's like now that you say that, that's really brilliant because
mhm.
like you want that feeling, but how do you don't want, but you don't want to keep giving me the same movie over and over again. So how do we get that feeling again?
I will say this, Tifflebot,
Yeah,
that if they gave us a complete ripoff of the original Predator, I would be all in for
you'd
that
be
shit.
so excited about that.
We haven't seen that in 100 years. Right?
Bring it back. Bring
Right.
it back.
Exactly. So, she's back, but he's carrying her, she's wrapped around his thing, and then next thing you know, he makes the little I thought when he made the little twig backpack, they went a little too far with him being tough. It's
Yeah.
like "Hoo-ah, hoo-ah, ah, hoo-ah, hee." And then that was the backpack. He
And then
burnt
it's a
it up.
little backpack.
I'm like, it took all that with it.
I
All right, dude,
I love my Prada backpack.
right. I mean, they went hard with the making of the backpack thing,
They
and
did.
so
And she's just back there yapping away.
she's just a talker, which she's chatty. I'm very chatty myself, so but
I am
kindred
also
spirits.
chatty. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
And then this poor Yacha, this poor predator is like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, because she won't stop talking. She make him feel stupid all the time, which I like. She wasn't trying to, but he was just like, "Damn, I'm dumb." He didn't say it, but it was a point in the movie when she was talking and talking about the thing that he was coming for. Like she was like basically like, I mean, he felt you could see the look on his face like, but I'm a fool for coming here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
God
There's
damn, this is.
so much organic growth in this movie, and it does a tight 147, an hour
Hmm.
47 minutes. That's
Hmm.
a believable amount of growth for this character. And I think that that's a lot of like when I was talking about like, oh, he's a runt and whatever. Well, that makes sense. He's already primed to be like, things aren't the way that they should be.
And to try
Like
hard,
I
try
have
hard.
to know these things,
Yeah,
something's different for me.
yeah.
And so he's more susceptible than a regular predator who wouldn't have a problem doing that stuff. It all has to kind of work as an intricate puzzle. And I feel like they really thought about how could we make this predator believe that this was the way to do stuff.
Yeah,
And the
and
way they laid it out and the way that they eventually find the place where these names are so odd, so they're hard for me to remember. The Calisk is dead. The Calisk's den,
they
and
did.
they
But before
see. Oh,
before they
before
do that,
that.
before they do that, they
Oh,
picked
you're
up
right.
another
A little
companion.
stray
Now this little bastard was tough, Tiff.
bud.
So at first I thought she was like a full grown whatever the hell she was because I thought it was gonna even talk. So I don't know how I felt about the
It was
CGI with this
already
one.
resistant. Yes, like already
It
able
was
to defend itself.
it was the Disney big eyes to me that I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm liking the way this thing looked. But then once you saw that it was pretty much a toddler, it was like, oh, I get the
Yeah,
big eyes. But this thing was tough, Tiff. It rolled through that razor glass like it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit. And
and it can
so
make itself all hard until you can't bite it.
yeah, and that thing, he was after that big ass creature by itself. I was like,
Hmm.
damn. And so one and one did not make two with me with this thing. You know what I'm saying? So they did this big hunt, which he ended up cutting the creature in half. Which I thought he kind of took him down a little too easy. Like once they got to that point,
Right.
but we
I
didn't
think
come
that,
to
and I think we're supposed to be like, oh, okay, because that buffalo thing is supposed to be pretty docile, right? It's not.
It's
It's
a
more
cow.
it's got protective. Yeah, it's got like protective armor on it,
Yeah.
and he finds the soft spot.
Right. So they get something to eat, and it was funny how he wasn't feeding the little thing,
That
and
made me mad. I was like, just give the little thing some food.
he
You're
helped your ass.
making me
Look, you,
upset.
you wouldn't have caught it without him. And so that was another step he had to take. Like, look, you
Hmm.
literally. But then that's pretty much the time when the wolf explanation kind of came in there, and he's like, woof, like, oh
He
shit.
says it. He says it in English, which I really like because they don't have the word. They don't have that
Yes,
animal. So
that's
he's like
true.
wolf,
So
and he's really. I love that because, and then we'll talk about this later, but it comes up again later, in a very kind of heartwarming way. Maybe I'll just bring it about now. He later realizes he thinks of his brother. He's like, my brother was like a wolf because he
because he protected
protected
him,
me,
and he
and he
shouldn't
was
have,
strong.
and he shouldn't
Right.
have, according to the Yacha
He's the
culture.
alpha. Yeah.
So then we get a look at our antagonist here, who is the same lady, but now she's the evil robot with the jacked up eye. They couldn't fix that eye. They did all that repair work, but they couldn't fix that
Not
eye.
the eye. You have to know she's
So
bad.
we knew she was evil just by that eye. It was like, oh
Full,
shit.
full. So, the ice blonde,
Yeah.
pale,
Yeah.
white outfit, and they sure do let you know that it's white because she's squelching through some disgusting stuff, and they're just like, yeah, the white outfit.
So I'm gonna bring up some real world dumb shit real quick.
Hmm.
So, you know, I'm heavy into politics, and the right, some folks on the right went crazy, started trying to torpedo the movie, saying that Disney, I mean, that because it's with Disney, it went woke, like that they were bringing in like, uh, LGBTQ into Predator. And so I was looking for this shit in this movie, and I'm like, it clearly said sister, and that's clearly his brother. There are no intimate relationships even mentioned in this
There's not
movie.
any intimate relationships besides
What the hell
friendship.
is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? It was clearly her sister. She said they even looked alike. They were identical, just like all the fellas out there looked the same. You know what I'm saying? All the fella robots all had the same face. And so I was like, what? I mean, this was a real thing. I mean, it was I was like, holy shit, I don't understand. After I got in the movie, first of all, I was like, well, fuck those people. Then I get in the movie and I'm like, well, what's supposed to be making people so mad? And the only emotional connection I felt that was deep is when she was like, she's my sister. And I
She
was
was
like,
so excited to be like, I have a
exactly,
family.
exactly. I was like, is this what people are talking about? What? I don't understand.
Yep.
They did-
Anything, any love of any kind between
I
people
know,
is
right? You're
being
just supposed to
considered.
hate every goddamn thing, huh?
Jesus Christ.
Hate minorities, hate women, hate everybody, just
Oh
hate them.
shit.
So anyway, back to the movie. So, this chick is a trip. So the technology, I did appreciate all the Wayland technology, Tamika, because I mean Tamika. Why did I bring up my wife again? I did, I
We're
did,
both teas.
I did appreciate to get a chance to see some of the updated Wayland technology,
Mm-hmm.
because normally it always looks a little like switchy, and you never see anything happen. But with the repairing of the robot and stuff was nice, and all the wrecked equipment that was down there, to still some of the shit still worked.
I loved the wrecked equipment
Yes, me too.
because
Why
it
are we so
looked like
strange?
a big monster nest,
Yes,
and I was
yes.
like, "This makes sense." I love when I saw that. I was like, "Oh damn, that's
Yeah,
great." Because
bravo,
exactly what it would be like. So
bravo.
she's like repairing herself in that little trashed out canister,
Yeah, yeah.
and then she said, "I was shocked."
That she told him when she did tell him. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. You're like, wait, you should wait till you get your shit together
Yeah,
first so you
fix
can
it
run.
first.
So you can run. So you can run because you ain't gonna be able to run. And then the Kayla show up, right? Kayla's, what is it
Oh, and
called?
we want to make sure. I want to touch back. I'm so sorry. The little Bud. They call her Bud.
Bud. Yeah.
But she spits on him.
She marks him, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because that
and
was
you're like,
heavily important.
okay.
I thought he was gonna slap the shit out of Bud. Bud probably would have chewed his arm off.
Yeah, right. And
She
you're like,
looked
oh, she
docile,
loves you. She wants you to
but
be
she
in her
wasn't. She,
clan.
she wasn't docile. But
No,
then he leaves her, but
so mean.
he was. But I knew. I said, no, this is an established character.
I thought
It
she
will
would
be
come
back.
back.
He's
She'll
gonna
come
come
back
back
to
and
save
save the
him.
day.
Yep.
Yeah, didn't happen though. Didn't happen.
I
So
know, I was surprised, but she still did, which
she
we'll
came
talk
back,
about.
but she didn't say today. But
But
yeah,
she,
she
well,
kind of
she
yeah.
did, kind of did. So like,
So
so he's
despite with this,
attacking.
despite with this monster Tiff. Now
Crazy.
I thought it was gonna be run of the mill fighting the monster. I half-ass pay attention during this shit, especially CGI fights, right? CGI
Right.
fights, you just be like, okay, get it over with. But when the separation started happening, I was like,
Oh my
oh shit. No
god.
wonder why it's so
When it's
oh
so horrible. I was watching it, and even so, they establish that the limbs and whatever you do to this thing, it repairs itself, it grows back.
but the
And
head Tiffobot.
so I thought, yeah, so I'm saying even then, even after you already knew that this creature regenerates, it already grows stuff back, when that head started reconnecting itself, I thought, holy shit.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is cut off the head, then that's it. Nope.
Crazy.
Yeah. So,
Then we realize the big monster, the Kalisk, which Kalisk sounds like a Klingon,
sure did. That's why I keep
doesn't
saying
it?
Kalis. That's why I keep
I was
saying,
Kalas. I want to be like Kalas, Kalas.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Kalisk, it smells him,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, and that's
Right
when we
before right
realize.
before the death blow. Right. Right before
And
the
I
death
like that
blow.
this movie doesn't fuck around, because typically in these kind of movies they'd be like, why'd that happen?
Yeah.
But he fucking knew right away.
Yeah.
He was like, cause she spit on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a baby.
Yeah. And for me, after they reveal, it was obvious. It was like, oh God, it was right
Me
there in front
too,
of
but
my
they got me. Montego,
They
they
got me.
fucking got me. Because
They
I
got
was
me
like,
too.
because I actually remember thinking, so there's that part where they're up on the little bluff, and he's doing something, and then she mimics him
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
likes
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, so I think he pulls out his sword because he's like, you can't fucking do this. And I was like, if
She with
this
the
little
stick,
thing gets
with
a
the
fucking
fire.
stick, and then she does, but it's got a little fire on the end of it. And I was like, that's pretty funny.
It
So I
was
thought
good.
that that's how they're gonna get me. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, they double got me. She's the baby.
Yeah. I had no clue.
I had no thoughts on that. I didn't even realize that was gonna
I
happen. So
did
good
not
on
see that
them.
coming. Good on them because I didn't see it. But after you see the make of the creature, it was obvious. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the same thing.
And then
Oh,
honestly, which is really strange, but like after seeing the mom, she looked even cuter when you saw her again. Her little ears and everything. You're like, oh, she's even cuter. They didn't make her look any different. You just knew she was a
right.
baby.
So, she gets blasted in half again, right? But they capture this creature, right? They capture them both. The sense, I like that she made the acknowledgement that a real human wouldn't last 2 minutes on this planet. And
Right.
so they came in like some G's Tiffobot. Those
Oh my
guns.
god.
We never seen those guns in Aliens and Predators movies before. So where have those guns been? You know what I'm saying? So they got the hot, they got the bullets. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But they come in and they capture that damn creature, kind of like it was like nothing, and I did not appreciate because with all that destruction, they came back like got it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of some
Right.
bullshit.
And I think like, and I do agree with that, but I do think like what made it a little bit more acceptable to me was that Mother was like, if you don't do this, it's your ass.
Defenses was
So like,
down.
no,
Oh,
like,
oh, you mean the
so like
computer?
she
Got
became even more motivated to fix this issue because
Wait a minute.
she was threatened.
I almost like answered. I answered my own question in my head while you were talking because I was about to be like, but she's a robot and pretty emotionless. But so why would she care about being deactivated? But they said they made them with
They
emotion.
gave them emotions.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then
So
and then even
her
then when they were
mortality
like,
wouldn't matter. Yeah.
right, even then I thought about like, but still, like, if it was just to understand the creatures, doesn't make any sense. But then she says later, and manipulate them.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
give them emotions so they can manipulate them.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, pretty interesting, pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. Well, so they're captured, right? And I can't remember how they became uncaptured. Oh,
She helps them.
yeah, yeah. And he goes and he does the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator, gonna make me a new suit made out of the jungle.
Yeah,
And
loved it.
I love that they took the creature that they showed him how to feed. She showed him how to feed them, and they were cool. And it was basically that turret, that
Yeah,
arm turret,
yes. He made his whole little like forest-based predator
Yeah,
outfit, little mask, Hard from the buffalo that have the hard shells.
Yep, yep.
Um,
It was pretty good
the,
too.
the little bug bombs, which we established earlier, because he
Oh,
throws the
with the
one
explosion,
little slug bombs.
it just got bigger and bigger. I was like, "Oh my god."
Loved
Boom.
it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And so he has like the darts, he made the dart bombs and stuff and
Doing a little home aloneing. He's
yeah,
home
he did.
aloneing these robots.
And owning them. So they start going, right, to come to get her, right? And they are wrecking shop, but she's nobody slouch because she activates her draws. And her draws
Yes.
and never see this before the movie. I think it went a little too far, but
I agree, because I
I
was
like
like, "This is
it.
makes sense." I was like, I actually want to take. We must have been having the same experience, because I was like, "Now it's getting a little stupid," but I'm still gonna allow it because I get it. I get
Yeah,
what's happening.
for some of that shit, you needed a little upper body balance to pull
Right,
off some of those
and
moves and stuff.
here's where I thought she can barely drag herself around on her two arms,
But them
which doesn't
legs,
make any sense. But
them
then
legs,
later, she's ripping people apart with the top half of her body as well. She's helping.
yeah,
She
yeah.
launches herself out of that thing, and
My favorite part of this whole thing was yes, the predator was like using like the lizards were like spitting that acid,
yeah.
but what I really liked is every time they showed Bob or what is the thing's name, the creature,
Oh, Bud.
Bud, like it would have an arm or a leg, like
Just
got
say,
mine,
yeah, like ripping them all apart, and then really excited
was
to
was
be
doing as much
helping.
was doing as much damage as he was, but on the other side, they just didn't let you see the
Right. We didn't
intricacies of the
see
fight.
his.
But
Yeah.
it was just a pile of shit, and I'm like, damn, that thing is killing, might be killing more over there. It's just like, damn. So all that killing would have been actually a little bit more satisfying if they were people. And I know that sounds like sadistic
I
and
get
shit,
it.
but
Because
it's
when it's
like
all of the all of, I'm so sorry for the hiccups. When it's all of the synthetics,
the
you
stakes are
think,
lowered. Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
because you're
stakes.
like, who cares? Are the same,
There are
and
a bunch
also
of
like,
stormtroopers,
right?
bunch
You're
of
just like not.
Attack of the Clone robots. Nobody cares to see a Jedi slash a robot in half. Oh, you know, slice a person's chest in half. That's something.
But I also
Oh,
did think, like, she's separated. She's been separated in half, and she's still functioning. But they knock these robots up, and I'm like, you're gonna need more damage.
well, most of the damage
Gotta
was
give him in
from
the head.
yeah, and they were like ripping the heads off and like shooting them in the heads and all everything was about the heads. You know what I'm saying? They was ripping arms, legs off, limb to limb, but then they would like do something to the head. So I was like, yeah, I get it, I get it because they are all the same powerful as this thing here. So you could have potentially like separated them, have a even worse problem on your hand. So
Were they all? And I forgot to look at this when I was looking at the credits, but were all of the Wayland Yutani synths that weren't those two? Were they all played by the same person?
I think so. I think they were all the
I
same
thought
person.
so too. And if they're not the same person, they did a really good job
Yeah, no, no.
making
It
it
says
look
right
like they
there.
were.
Cameron Brown was drone synth. Yep, one
Yeah,
guy.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Because I was like, oh, they're all the same. So they are just like these low rate, sort of like, oh, we lift stuff, we soldier, we do
No, no, no,
whatever.
no. Let me say this: if you think about aliens, they always look what the same. You know,
Yes,
uh, the guy who played Bishop, he was a synth more than once. You know what I'm saying? They
sure,
used the
sure.
same actor
The
so
same
yeah, the
model.
same mold. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So interesting, interesting. So man, they get free and they drop the lady and then they kill the mama, Tiffobot. And
I understand that we need stakes, but that made me mad.
yeah, I mean to totally obliterate. I don't understand what was the point in
Because it
doing
doesn't
that.
help the Wayland Yutani Corporation any by
No, I was
exploding
like,
it.
because they don't know that's the baby that's here. They don't
Right.
have any other. They don't give a shit about that Yatani. They don't care. I mean, not Yatani was whatever the thing, the predator. Other than kill it because it was a threat to still be alive. If you don't kill it. So I was like, you just failed your mission. You just blew the creature up. You got nothing. So
So now maybe she's just mad. Because,
I
like,
guess
that goes
also,
against the program, because she got the emotion, but also she lied to Mother.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
like, oh, he's dead.
Well, you gave her emotion so she would, think
Right.
about shit
And manipulate.
and
So
manipulate your ass too. So, you know, they blow up the creature and they do the old Sigourney Weaver fight the creature in
big
the
machine.
bigger machine low
It's
let's just
so big.
yeah
It's
with
so big.
with the arm cannon from the brother, like just obliterating shit, So the stakes were higher. The fight was good. It didn't get to the point that it got on my nerves.
Yeah.
And at the end, man, ripping the thing off I like how they ripped the thing off of it. How did they get her? Did they like jam her in the head or something like that with something? Or I don't
Um,
I don't quite remember. I just
I
remember
think he just kills her. I don't know. I know
she
he
was
just
in that
kills her.
machine and she was like,
Yes.
you know, and so, you know, so now, man, you got this like clan. They are an official clan.
Yes.
And it's time to go back, Tiff. So I
To the
found it
oak.
interesting because I thought they was gonna get a whaling ship. So I was like,
Uh-huh.
how did he put that ship back together? Because it was
No need to worry about that, sir.
well, they show you something later on in this scene. Bud is a lot bigger. So I was like, it must have
Yeah, how
been
long they've been gone. They've
it
been
must
gone
have
for
been
a
some
while.
some time. And there's enough equipment from all that whaling shit to
Oh
actually,
my god, you can build a
you
whole
know,
new ship
that
probably.
that's true. But you don't know how fast whaling
Different and
would
also
kill
different
more.
technologies.
Yeah, but you could, I figure like the way they patch shit together, the predators, they might be one of them races that can just use any
Oh,
damn.
sure. That makes sense because you go to so many different planets to attack
Yeah,
things.
I mean the amount of times that they would like probably get shipwrecked someplace if they,
Right.
they couldn't just like patch something together. So he lands there, comes out like a G. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to get it on. And this fight between him and his daddy is pretty damn satisfying, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, little fella, you doing it. I mean, they didn't make the CG fight boring. Well, it is probably was actors and CG, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short, and it was humiliating enough. He got him the same way, cut that arm off just like he did his brother, and stabby stabby and choppy
I
choppy and
put him in that little cage.
right
Got
there.
him.
Yeah, got him. And I thought, well, first of all, he got the two guys was because he wasn't even gonna soil his hands with
That
him.
I thought and I was like, oh, and then he just decimated that. Like, I mean, I thought that was great because I thought, oh, we're in for a long, long fight. But he just, because he's about to kick Dad's ass, there's no way he can't kick these guys' ass. He
Yeah,
got him.
yeah. So he had his trophy. He was like, that ain't shit, blah blah blah, and killed the daddy. And I thought he was about to be in a fight for his life because they all started booba booba booba, and all that bullshit. And then his clan show up, like there you go. And we see Bud all big and getting beefy and stuff. I'm like, y'all gonna need a bigger ship because that fucking thing is big.
It's huge.
It's pretty big. But I can see another film with this crew.
Well, when the mom showed up, I was like, what does that mean? What are we gonna have? What's gonna happen here?
What mom?
When that ship shows up, she goes, "Are these friends of
Oh, the
yours?" And he
mother.
goes, "That's my
Yeah,
mom."
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Oh,
No,
are
no,
we gonna see another one?"
and he was ready for Battle, right? I
Right.
mean,
That's
it
what I'm
looked
saying. I don't
like
know if there's gonna be another
right.
movie.
It wasn't like this shit is cool. And if he's such a runt, you would think that race would kill him while they was young.
When
You
he was,
know,
yeah, I thought about that too, but like,
I would
gotta have a
assume
movie.
I would
I would assume.
assume they would like, oh, he's a runt, get out of here, yeah, I mean,
Right, because if they're
humans used
presented
to
as
do
these
that.
cold, unfeeling
Yes.
people,
And guess what? Humans used to do that. So,
right?
I mean, not even too long ago.
It's not outside of the purview.
Yes. So, yeah. So, and then that cool
But
music started to.
you guys, do you want to have a nice time? You should go to this movie.
Yeah, the world is having a good time at this movie, man. Everybody's enjoying it. Like the fans themselves are going back to Rotten Tomatoes is
To be like, hell no.
95% for a modern movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 86% for a modern movie, a sci-fi movie too from critics.
Yeah.
So
Not bad.
interesting. Yeah, interesting. I enjoyed this damn thing, man. I can't wait till it come on streaming so I can check it out
One
again.
more time. Do it again.
There's a lot going on, Tifobot. It's a lot I probably missed because it was a lot going on in some of these
Yeah.
scenes, and it was visually stunning. I cannot, and that's something to say too, because everything was fake, right?
Right.
This planet doesn't exist. The hilltops don't exist. None of this shit was real, and it was
But
believable.
it doesn't look unreal, right? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it was
Not a lot
believable.
of uncanny valley type stuff.
Yes, like when you're watching like like the Star Wars prequels and shit, and everything is fake, and you just like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're like, oh,
that shit ain't
okay.
real.
Now we're sad. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think yes, this movie was a surprise to me, and I would recommend.
Yeah, so bad. I guess that's we came to do the damn thing and got it done. And I have no idea what we're doing next week,
Oh shit,
man.
I even thought about it.
I don't even know
Is
what's.
there any, remember we sometimes would do a Christmas movie that aligned with, like when we saw Silent Night.
I love that.
Is there something like that happening this year? We should look into that.
We should look into that. We're gonna have to get back with y'all
Yeah.
for next week, man. Because
Yeah.
yeah, we just been wrote. We've had so much content that we just been like,
Yeah.
ever since Halloween, we just been like just munch, and now it's like,
Well,
"Ooh."
more research required.
Yes, indeed,
So
indeed. Anyway, man, my name is Montego, host of Fans of Patrol. With me is my wonderful co-host, Miss Tiff O'Bot. Say goodbye to the lovely Tiff.
it's been a pleasure as always.
Absolutely, it has. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we can
No
get smooth
surprise.
going and preferably in his own house because I'm just not ready.
Oh, you guys are cramped in there.
It was a struggle last week. It was a struggle bubble. I was like, damn, this is a struggle. It sounds weird too. But other than that, man, until next week, man, we will be on
On
patrol.
patrol.